The thing under Greywood Lake. Nobody in Greywood, Michigan, talked about the lake after dark. Not anymore. During the daytime, Greywood Lake looked peaceful enough. Families rented kayaks, teenagers jumped off the docks, and fishermen sat quietly near the trees drinking cheap beer. But once the sun disappeared, the entire town avoided the water, especially Dock 17. People said strange things happened there at night. Phones stopped working, boats disappeared, and sometimes voices came from beneath the lake. Most people treated it like another small-town ghost story. 28-year-old Tyler Reed definitely did. Tyler was a YouTuber from Chicago who made viral urban legend investigation videos. Most of his content was fake reactions and cheap editing, but his fans loved it. So when thousands of comments told him to visit Greywood Lake, he packed his cameras immediately. Tonight, Tyler said into the vlog, camera while driving through Michigan at sunset, we are checking out one of the creepiest legends in America. Locals claim something lives under Greywood Lake and drags people underwater after midnight. He smirked confidently. Honestly? Sounds fake as hell. Lightning flashed across distant clouds. The road leading into town twisted through thick forests, and Tyler immediately noticed something weird. No other cars, no people, nothing. The deeper he drove, the quieter everything became. Finally, a faded wooden sign appeared beside the road. Welcome to Greywood. Population 903. Someone had spray painted another message underneath. Don't let it hear you. Tyler laughed nervously. Okay, that's actually creepy. By the time he reached town, rain had started pouring heavily. Greywood looked frozen in time. Old diners, tiny gas stations, flickering neon signs. Every person Tyler passed seemed exhausted, like nobody had slept in weeks. He stopped at a small convenience store near the lake. The cashier, an older man with bloodshot eyes, stared at Tyler's camera equipment. You filming? Tyler smiled. Yeah. Heard the lake's haunted. The cashier's face instantly changed. Not amusement. Fear. You shouldn't joke about that. Tyler leaned casually against the counter. So what's the story? The man glanced toward the rain-covered windows, then lowered his voice. 3 kids disappeared at Dock 17. Back in 1986. Tyler raised an eyebrow. Drowned. The cashier shook his head slowly. They found the boat 2 days later. What about the bodies? The old man swallowed hard. There weren't any. Thunder rattled the windows. The cashier continued quietly. Then more people vanished. Fishermen, campers, tourists, always near the lake. Tyler grinned slightly. And people think there's a monster. The old man stared directly into his eye. No, he whispered. We know there is. The lights suddenly flickered. Everyone inside the store froze. The cashier looked terrified. What time is it? He asked. Tyler checked his phone. 11:58 p.m. The cashier immediately locked the front doors. Hey, what are you doing? The man backed away from the windows. Midnight. Tyler laughed awkwardly. You serious? Then he heard it. A low sound outside. Like whale calls underwater. Except deeper. Much deeper. The shelves inside the store began vibrating softly. Bottles rattled. The cashier whispered shakily. It's awake. Tyler walked toward the glass doors. Carefully. Outside. The rain had stopped completely. The town stood silent beneath the moonlight. Then every streetlight near the lake shut off at once. Darkness swallowed everything. And from somewhere far away came screaming. Humans screaming. Tyler's heartbeat quickened. What the hell was that? Nobody answered. The cashier slowly pointed toward the lake. Something massive moved beneath the water. Tyler could see it even from town. A huge dark shape gliding below the surface. Far too large to be a fish. Then, suddenly, all the power in town died. The store went black. Someone inside started crying. Tyler grabbed his flashlight immediately and heard wet footsteps outside the door. Slow, heavy. Something circled the building. The cashier whispered desperately, "Don't make noise." The footsteps stopped. Tyler aimed his flashlight toward the glass doors. Nothing there. Then the beam moved downward. Wet footprints. Huge footprints. At least twice the size of human feet. Tyler's chest tightened. Another sound echoed outside. Breathing. Deep. Gurgling. Like lungs full of water. Tyler stepped backward slowly. Then his phone buzzed. No signal. Yet a video notification appeared. Unknown sender. Hand shaking, Tyler opened it. The video showed underwater. Darkness. Bubbles floated upward across the screen. Then the camera turned. Tyler nearly screamed. A pale human face floated. Underwater, staring directly into the lens. Its eyes were completely white. Its mouth slowly opened, revealing rows of needle-like teeth. The video ended. Everyone inside the store stared at Tyler in horror. The cashier whispered, "It knows you now." Suddenly, the glass doors exploded. Inward. Water flooded across the floor. People screamed. And something crawled inside. At first, Tyler thought it was a person. Then it stood up. Its body looked human, but stretched unnaturally long. Its skin appeared grey and slimy like rotten fish. Long black hair covered its face, and water continuously poured from its mouth. The creature tilted its head violently. Crack. Every bone in its neck twisted. Sideways. Then it spoke. Not with one voice. With many. Children. Women. Men. All speaking together. "Come to the lake." The creature lunged. Chaos erupted instantly. Tyler grabbed his camera bag and ran through the back exit into the woods. Behind him came screams. Horrible screaming. Then silence. Rain started again. Tyler sprinted through mud and trees, while branches whipped against his face. His flashlight shook violently in his hands. Then he realized something horrifying. The forest was silent. No insects. No birds. Nothing. Only distant splashing sounds from the lake. Tyler slowed down carefully. His breathing echoed loudly between the trees. Then his flashlight illuminated something hanging above him. A body. Bloated. Pale. Water dripping from its fingers. Tyler stumbled backward in horror. More bodies hung from the trees. Around him. Dozens. All missing their eyes. Then every corpse opened its mouth. At once. Water poured out. And together they whispered, "Don't let it hear you." The flashlight died instantly. Darkness swallowed the forest. Then Tyler heard movement all around him. Splashing. Crawling. Wet hands dragging across dirt. Something was coming through the woods. Fast. Tyler ran blindly through the darkness until he saw light ahead. A cabin near the lake. He burst through the front door. An old woman nearly shot him. A shotgun trembled in her hands. "Please." Tyler gasped. "Something's out there." The woman quickly bolted the cabin door. "You saw it." Tyler nodded frantically. "What is that thing?" The woman stared toward the lake. "Outside. We call it the Drowned." Lightning flashed. For 1 second Tyler saw figures, standing waist-deep in the lake, outside the cabin. Hundreds of them, watching silently. The old woman continued, It wasn't always here. Tyler listened carefully while trying to catch his breath. In 1986, a mining company dumped chemicals into Greywood Lake. Illegally. Toxic waste. The water changed. Her voice trembled. Animals started mutating. Fish washed ashore with human-looking teeth. Thunder shook the cabin. Then people started hearing voices from underwater. Tyler swallowed hard. What kind of voices? The woman looked terrified. Dead relatives. Tyler froze. The lake calls to people using familiar voices, she whispered. Once someone enters the water. She didn't finish. Something slammed against the Cahin wall outside. Boom. Tyler jumped. Another impact shook the entire cabin. The old woman cocked the shotgun. It found you. Wet scratching noises crawled across the roof overhead. Then came whispering. Dozens of voices outside the windows. Tyler. His blood froze. It sounded exactly like his younger sister. His sister died 5 years ago. Tears filled Tyler's eyes instantly. Tyler, the voice whispered again. Softly, help me. The old woman grabbed his arm. Violently. That's not your sister. The cabin windows suddenly shattered. Water exploded into the room. Dark figures crawled inside. Human shapes. But wrong. Twisted arms. Broken jaws. White glowing eyes. The drowned had come for him. Tyler screamed and ran through the back door toward the lake. Huge mistake. The moment his feet touched the dock, the lake became completely still. No rain. No waves. Silence. Then something enormous moved. Beneath the water. Tyler backed away slowly. The entire dock creaked violently. And slowly, a gigantic figure rose from the lake. At least 15 feet tall. Its body looked made from rotting. Human corpses fused together. Faces moved beneath its skin. Screaming silently. Long arms dragged through the water. Long arms dragged through the water. And where its face should have been, there was only a massive open mouth. Inside were hundreds of human teeth. The creature smiled. Then spoke using Tyler's own voice. You should have stayed in Chicago. The dock exploded beneath him. Tyler fell into the freezing water. Something grabbed his ankle. Instantly, he screamed underwater as pale hands dragged him deeper. Darkness surrounded him. Then he saw them. Thousands of bodies floating beneath Greywood Lake. Eyes open. Mouths moving. Still alive. The creature was keeping them there, trapped forever beneath the water. Tyler tried swimming upward, desperately, but more hands grabbed him, pulling him deeper. Then, suddenly, his camera light turned on. Underwater, the beam illuminated something huge below him. Not the creature. Something bigger, ancient, sleeping deep beneath the lake floor. One giant eye slowly opened. Tyler realized the horrifying truth. The drowned wasn't the monster. It was only feeding the real thing. Below, and Greywood Lake, was its mouth. Tyler's scream disappeared beneath the water. The next morning, police found his camera floating near Dock 17. The footage was corrupted, mostly static, but the final seconds remained playable. Viewers online claim the video shows Tyler underwater screaming, while pale hands drag him into darkness. And just before the recording ends, something massive opens its eye beneath the lake. To this day, nobody in Greywood goes near the water after midnight, because sometimes, late at night, the lake whispers your name.